Hello everybody, this is Sensei Robert. We're going to work on basic form number 2 with staff and try and give you enough of a introduction to it and enough visuals so that you can actually practice this on your own and make some really good progress. Like basic form number 1 with staff, this is a translation from what we did for basic form number 2. So a lot of the moves are going to align very well. In fact, in this one, I don't think we have to break any of the rules. So this one will be a little bit different. We get to follow the rules pretty much as they were for basic form number 1. Only difference between basic form number 2, or the big differences, are instead of doing low blocks and in 1, high blocks in 2, with staff, we're going to be instead of doing low blocks, we're going to be doing high blocks. We do have a mix of both those blocks on the way back, but we want to introduce the high block, so this becomes your mechanism for practicing high blocks with staff for the first time. All right, so let's get started with the form. Again, attention is feet together, hands in front. We put the left hand under the armpit in order to get back to our ready position. To do this with the staff, it's going to be pretty straightforward. You're going to see it looks almost exactly like basic form number 1. We're just going to have a staff in our hands. All right, so the first move is step right foot back, put the staff into both hands, and as you're stepping back, doing a high block in front of you. The idea of the high block is to make sure that the staff is above your head, that it's in front of you slightly, and you don't want your arms locked. If your arms are locked, it takes all the shock if somebody were to be hitting you and drives that down into your arms and your shoulders. So you want those bent as you finish the block. Okay, the next move is going to be the strike. It's going to be a left strike. So as we step forward, we're going to do left strike. In order to get to the next high block, we're going to step to the next front stance. We twist the staff around and bring it up for the next high block. And then the final strike will be on the right-hand side. As we step forward, we just pivot it around. We do a strike and kia. That's the end of the first half of basic form number 2 with staff. The turn is exactly the same as we've done before. We're going to look over our left shoulder. We're going to turn around to a cat stance and a low block, just like we did in basic form number 2. Because this is a half staff, the next stance, the next move is going to be to finish this stance and do a strike on the other side. Next, we're going to step forward into a cat stance again and do a high block, just like we did in open hand. When we finish this, we're going to do another strike on the right side. Then the last one, we're going to step back into cat stance and do a low block on the left-hand side. And then again, finish that stance with a strike on the right-hand side and kia. Kia! We look over our shoulder. We're going to put our feet together. Let the staff rotate in front of us as we turn. And this is going to be a high block, so the hands go back up. To go to attention, we bring it back to our waist. And to go to ready position, we put our left hand under our armpit. Right foot doesn't move, left foot steps out. So that's the basic steps. And you'll notice I went through this a little bit quicker than I did with our basic form 1 introductions, because you've already got the basics. All right, so here's basic form number 2 with staff all the way through. Basic form number 2 with staff. Kia! Kia! That's the form. That's what it looks like when it flows through. Again, when you practice this, don't put too much pressure on being able to do all of it at once. Take a piece that you can work with, that you're comfortable with, even if it's just the first move. Get that done, get comfortable with it, add the next move to it. Eventually you'll be practicing the first half, you'll be ready for the turn. The turns sometimes are difficult. Give yourself some time to actually work through that. Then do the strikes on the way back. You'll have it in no time. Have fun.